My darling, I'm so grateful that I can share this practice with you, and I really hope that in some way it brings you some relief, some calm, and some joy. So if at any point just even the movement feels frustrating and too slow, that's what my intention is for this 10 minutes with you, is to just slow things right down. We're going to work deep into your parasympathetic nervous system, and focusing on your breath and deepening your breath is going to calm your nervous system right down. The vagus nerve is that main nerve that feeds all your main organs. So of course we want to keep intention to your lungs, to this area of your body, opening up into the heart space too, because I'm sure there's a lot of anxiety associated with how you're feeling, and probably some sadness, frustration. So let's do this together. We're going to work through it slowly. I love you. Thank you for trusting me with this time, and I hope you enjoy. So before we get started, if you can go and get yourself a big towel, you can just fold it over a few times so that it's stacked thick enough for you to be able to put it underneath your heels. I'd like for you to sit in Vajrasana, which looks like this. So I'll just show you to the side, with a tall straight spine. So your towel is there just to bring you some comfort between your heels and your hips. You're going to feel some opening up into the front of the hamstrings. I know it's probably not going to feel very comfortable, but we want to open up into the hamstrings, because as the body tightens up through illness, so can all this area tighten up. It can also send your root chakra off balance. So the legs are obviously associated with the sacrum, and we want to just open into that area. The front of the legs are also associated with the digestive system, which will definitely be impacted from how your lungs have been feeling. So we're not going to be here for too long. Please go get as many, or even maybe a pillow. You could use a pillow, just as long as you're comfortable. So you can pause this video until you find a way to feel completely comfortable in this position. Maybe even place something underneath your knees if it feels too much. When you feel comfortable, come to close your eyes, rest your hands, hand palms facing up on your lap. And let's just take a moment to be here now. Perhaps just noticing any sounds outside of your room or wherever you are. And then just coming back to your breath. Just observing the sounds. I know it's not easy, but it's why we practice. Eventually the sounds start to quieten and they become less distracting as you pay tribute to you, that nothing else is important right now. Everything can wait for 15 minutes. You deserve it, and it is essential to your well-being. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, keeping your mouth closed. Exhale, side out. And as you breathe in, breathing in that air right up into the top of your head, keeping your eyes closed, listening to my voice. And exhale, side out, relaxing your shoulders more down to the ground. Inhale, let's breathe again, taking that air up from your belly into the top of your head. Let's hold it for a moment. Exhale, sighing it out. Now just allow your breath to breathe you. Release your arms down by your side, lean forward, remove your towel, and you can just pat your feet onto the mat just to allow all the blood to flow back in there, tucking in your navel to your spine, and just holding yourself here for a moment. You're going to take another good breath together. Inhale, exhale, side out. So when we meet in tabletop position, your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. If you look at your knees, they're hip width distance apart, and you can't see your heels behind you. Looking just ahead of you on your mat, your neck is an extension of your spine. Tucking your navel up towards your spine. As you inhale, we tilt the tailbone, drop the belly, opening up through the shoulders, looking at
Exhale, chin to chest, rounding through your spine, one vertebra at a time as you tuck in your tailbone. Now just use your natural breath here as you send your vertebra high up into your ceiling, opening up through that beautiful rounding in your back. You want to open up through each vertebra because it will feel very tight from coughing, and your back muscles, the QL, will also feel very, very tight. So we want to just open up through those back muscles, making sure you're taking long, slow breaths in and out through your nose. On your next inhale, you're going to tilt your tailbone, drop your belly back down to the ground, opening through your shoulders as you look up, opening through the heart space. Now, use your natural breath here as we keep the compression in the lower back, sending your tummy as much to the ground as you can, and sending your heart space to your shoulders as much as you can. Breathe. Take another breath in here. As we exhale, we tuck the chin, rounding through the spine, tuck in the tailbone, and meet back in a neutral position. Good job. So now we are going to send your feet back, using your arms to ground you, and slowly make your way down to your mat. We're in Bhujangasana. So what this is you're going to point your toes behind you, engage your quads. You're going to use your hands to stabilize you. The tips of your fingers are in line with your shoulders. Your arms are tucked in nice and tight. Your elbows are up like grasshopper wings. And you're looking just in front of you, or you can bring your chin to your chest. See which feels good for you, but make sure you're breathing. This is going to increase your heart rate a little bit, and the reason why we do that is to encourage you to breathe deeply. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, release yourself down to your mat. Hands in front of you. Forehead is on your hands. Resting here for a moment. Relax your legs. Relax your feet. Allow your heels to fall out to the sides, keeping your toes to touch so that you open up into the sacrum and relax into the pelvis. On your next breath in, you're going to bring your arms back beside you, pushing yourself up, back into your tabletop position. And we are going to move into a low lunge. So you're going to ground down through your left shin and send your right leg in front of you. We're doing this so that you can open up into your hips. You just want to increase your heart rate just a little bit to encourage you to breathe deeply, to control your breath. If at any moment you feel overwhelmed or it's too much, please just come to lie down. When you've caught your breath, you can come back. So you need to make sure that this knee is always above the ankle. We never send our knee over our toes. You don't want to lean too far back. You want to have a nice 90-degree angle here. You can bend more into the knee if you've got space so that you can send your left hip forward and down, creating a beautiful stretch here through the hip, but keeping both hips facing forward. The other reason why we're doing this is because your psoas muscle would have got really, really tight. There's a lot of trauma involved with illness, and you would have created some tension in your hips, so we just want to release some of that. Okay. Inhale, we're going to raise our arms up. As you exhale, open your arms out to the side. Hold it here for a moment. Your shoulders are above your hips. As we inhale, you're going to open up your chest. Look back if you can. Sending your arms behind you. And as you exhale, you're going to roll all the way forward, clasping your hands in front of you and sending your hands out far away. So open up through the back. Inhale, I open up. Exhale, going into cat. Follow your breath. Inhale, open up one more time. Exhale, close your hands together. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. And then use your hands to heel toe, your foot behind you, back into a tabletop. If you felt a slight pinch in the right hip, it's so good for you, because when we close off the blood supply to a joint and put pressure there, because when you open that joint back up, fresh oxygenated blood is going to flow back into that space. So it's really good for you, as long as there's no pain when you're in the posture. Okay. So on your next breath in, you're going to send your left foot in front of you, and sending that foot forward as far as you can so that your left knee is above your left ankle, but now you're sending your right hip forward and down. Your hands are on fists if you can't make them flat on the mat. So just check out your foundation here, make sure it's strong. Grounding down through the left heel. You're going to inhale, raise your arms up. As you exhale, arms come parallel with the ground. Inhale, you send your arms back, opening up your heart space. Exhale, rolling forward, bringing your hands to touch in front of you, rounding through your spine, chin is at your chest. Inhale, opening up, sending your heart space up to the sky. As you exhale, chin to chest, rounding through your vertebra, bringing your hands in front of you. Maybe you interlace your fingers this time and pull forward, creating space. Breathe here. If you're going to hold any postures, you must just continue to use your natural breath here. Inhale, we open up one more time. Exhale, rounding through, last time. Inhale, arms come above your head. As you exhale, release your hands down to the ground. And you're going to heel toe that foot out so that you can bring it back behind you into your tabletop. Good job. You're going to cross the feet here. Come over your knees, sending your feet out in front of you. Your hips are in the middle of your mat. And just very slowly, one arm at a time, make your way down to lying on your mat. Looking up just ahead of you. We're going to go into a supine twist. So you're going to bend up your left leg, and you're going to tuck it behind your right knee and send your left leg over the right side of your body. The trick here is to keep both shoulders firmly rooted to the ground. You can use your right hand to hold onto your left knee to bring that knee further across the body. But if you feel like your shoulders are going to raise up off the floor, then you've gone too far. Your left hip can obviously come off the ground, and you're going to just hold it there. Deep breath in. As you exhale, can you twist a little more? Really rinsing out into the digestive system, allowing your lymphatics to flow. If there are any shakes, it's so good for you. It's your body's way of saying, I'm trying to let go. So allow the shake to happen. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, release that leg down to the ground. Inhale, we're going to twist to the left-hand side, bring your right foot behind your left knee, keeping both shoulders rooted to the ground. Take your left hand to your right knee and pull your body over the left side. Slight tuck in the chin so that your neck is an extension of your spine. Inhale. As you exhale, can you twist a little deeper? Inhale, we come back to center. As you exhale, release that foot down to the ground. We're going to end off with a breath called Brahmari breath, which is your humming breath. So just to explain it to you quickly, you can stay lying down. We breathe in through the nose, keeping the mouth closed. When you exhale through the throat, so it makes a noise like this. So you breathe in. Until there is no air left to exhale. This breath works so deep into the parasympathetic nervous system. It is so good if you're battling with a headache, nausea, stress, anything. But it's also a very intentional way of sending that beautiful vibration down into the lung area, into your heart space. Okay, so we're going to practice 3 of those. You stay lying down. I'm going to encourage you to open your feet as wide as the mat, and please place your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your belly. Just taking a moment to be here now. Feel your sacrum becoming heavy on your mat. Allow your head to relax. Make sure that you aren't clenching your jaw, and allow the tongue to move away from the roof of your mouth. Just relax. Allow your breath to breathe you. And maybe noticing for a moment where you're breathing. Are you breathing too much into the chest? Can you breathe more through your belly? Feeling your belly rise as you breathe in. And feel your belly fall as you exhale. So we're going to breathe in to prepare for humming breath. Deep breath in. Breathing in. One more time in. Keep your eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. And I hope that by now there is a sense of ease and stillness that has come over you. And that in this very moment, in the peace and the quiet, maybe it's not even quiet, maybe you just are able to come into your body right now. That this is your true self. Calm, peaceful, still. And that with consistent practice, it will highlight and remind you where you need to say no more. What is getting your yes, and what is getting your no. Because when something gets your yes, it means that someone is getting your no. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You've got this, my darling. One day at a time. Love you.